learned that more than 16 million Americans filed for unemployment over the past 3 weeks. It's Good Friday. It's payday. We are seeing troubling, paralyzing lines at food banks around the country. What do you say to those Americans in need right this moment?
Number one, I love them. Number two, we're working really hard. It wasn't their fault what happened. Sometimes they don't do a good job and they lose their job. That's one thing. This is a case where we take the strongest economy in the history of the world, which is what we had. More people working in the United States, Peter, than ever before. Almost, I mean, look at the numbers, 160 million people, almost, just short of 160, excuse me. So we have the greatest economy we've ever had. And by the way, black unemployment, Hispanic unemployment, Asian unemployment, the best numbers we've ever had in virtually every way. And then you get hit like this. And it's traumatic. People that had great jobs, that went out to dinner and they didn't have any problems, they take their family, they were making good salaries, all of a sudden, you know, you use the term cold turkey. It's cold turkey. They go from that to having no money and waiting for their checks, which are being processed very rapidly, but they have to go out and look for money. It's a terrible thing. All I say is we love them. We're working so hard, and they're going to be back. And I hope they're going to be back even stronger than before.
Let me ask you about that if I can, just to follow up then. You chose not to do a national stay-at-home order. Now that you say you want to reopen parts of the economy, what authority do you have to do that? Isn't it ultimately up to the states to do that?
Yeah, no, it's really, the states can do things if they want. I can override it if I want. But the national stay-at-home, just so you understand, 95% of the country is stay-at-home. Like, as an example, I was speaking with the great governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, the other day. He has a stay-at-home. A lot of people didn't even know it, but he had a stay-at-home. Some people reported Texas wasn't. He had a very strong, actually a very strong stay-at-home. 95 to 96%, South Carolina, as you know, has it, which at one point, a week ago, they didn't have. South Carolina, another great governor, McMaster. No, 95% of the country is covered. Now, the states that aren't, and again, constitutionally, from a federalist standpoint, if I thought there was a problem, if I saw a state with a problem, I would absolutely demand it. But they're doing great. And the states that aren't are states that have not had a big problem.
What authority do you have to reopen right now? The same way that it's up to the states to shut it down, it's up to them to reopen.
I have great authority if I want to use it. I would rather have the states use it. I would rather, and this is so shocking for me. A lot of people are saying, wow, he's really very reasoned, isn't he? A lot of people are shocked. They think I'd do it. I have absolute authority to use it. But so far, our relationship with governors and the job they're doing, I haven't had to do it. Would I do it if I saw a state that was out of control and they didn't have the stay-at-home policy? I would do it in a heartbeat.